Welcome to Capital Quality's Pilot, Group 2, and Group 3 Community of Practice webinar. To provide ongoing support for the Capital Quality on-site administrators, the Office of the State Superintendent of Education, in partnership with Hurley & Associates, is implementing a series of Community of Practice meetings for center directors and home providers. This Community of Practice series is part of an ongoing effort to build capacity and knowledge as it relates to addressing the 10 quality indicators articulated in Capital Quality's Continuous Quality Improvement Plan. This webinar is an edited recording and presentation of the Community of Practice conducted on Friday, April 13th and Friday, April 27th of 2018. This Community of Practice was part 2 of a two-part series on classroom organization as defined by the Classroom Assessment Scoring System class and the Environment Rating Scales. It also afforded participants an opportunity to engage with fellow providers and learn about upcoming professional development opportunities. This is one presentation in a series of presentations designed to build the skills and competencies of providers participating in Capital Quality as it relates to the Infant Toddler Environment Rating Scale Revised, Family Child Care Environment Rating Scale Revised, and Class Assessment Scoring System Pre-K. Additionally, it will provide an overview of upcoming professional development opportunities identified by DC Child Care Connections and the Bainham Family Foundation. Lastly, the Community of Practice includes information on upcoming Community of Practice meetings and next steps for the Capital Quality community. During March's meeting, we discussed classroom organization as defined by the class and ERS. We focused on activity subscale as defined by the ITERS-R and FICRS-R, particularly block and dramatic play. We also discussed free play versus guided play and the power of play. Last month, we discussed play as it relates to children. Research shows that play is a foundation for creativity. As we get older and we begin to care about the views of others, our peers, we lose the freedom of play and stifle creativity. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, play is essential to development because it contributes to the cognitive, physical, social, and emotional well-being of children and youth. During this month's Community of Practice, participants tapped into their inner child and played an icebreaker game to represent the many jobs they do on a daily basis. Over the next 2 to 3 months, you will continue to work with your quality facilitator to analyze your ITERS-R and FICRS-R scores and develop goals and action steps as part of the Continuous Quality Improvement Plan. We want to sincerely thank all of you for your ongoing commitment to continuous quality improvement and the Capital Quality community. We look forward to continuing our work with you. Play-based environments. Child-centered play is an instrumental component to healthy child development. The American Academy of Pediatrics issued a white paper on the topic. The National Association for the Education of Young Children named play as a central component in developmentally appropriate educational practices. The United Nations High Commission on Human Rights recognized play as a fundamental right for every child. Play can generally be divided into two forms, free play and guided play. In play, children develop a lasting interest in learning and exploring. Having control over the course of one's own learning, as in free play, promotes desire, motivation, and mastery. Children also learn how to seek out knowledge. Play involves exploration, hypothesis testing, and discovery. In a safe, anxiety, and risk-free environment, children are free to test the limits of their knowledge and abilities with relatively few repercussions. They learn to have confidence in their ability to solve problems, and they become resilient in the face of a challenge. Play builds the foundation for a lifetime of learning. For centers, we are going to focus on the activity subscale as defined by the ITERs are items 15, which is fine motor, item 17, which is art, item 18, which is music and movement, and item 22, nature and science. Numeracy, although not addressed in the ITERs are, is critical to aid children in developing number sense prior to entry into school. For homes, we're going to focus on the activity subscale as defined by the Fickers are. Item 16, which is fine motor, item 17, which is art, item 18, which is music and movement, item 21, which is math and number, and item 22, which is nature and science. The use of books is critical to developing literacy and language skills in children. It is addressed under Listening and Talking on the ERS. Review ITERs and Fickers using books item number 14 in ITERs are and number 15 in Fickers are. Literature and appropriate books can be the foundation of all studies and thematic units. All activities are defined by the ERS and both free and guided play. As it relates to the class, engaging children using varied modalities and instructional formats is critical to the development of young children. We are going to develop a sample plan using children's book related to our current season, Planting a Rainbow, by Lois Ellert. In addition to simply reading a story, we want to be sure to use various strategies to engage children in the story. Consider which strategy or activity will incorporate in your lesson plan for the book. The National Science Teachers Association affirms that learning science and engineering practices in the early years can foster children's curiosity and enjoyment in exploring the world around them and lay the foundation for a progression of science learning in K-12 settings and throughout their entire lives. Current research indicates that young children have the capacity for constructing conceptual learning and the ability to use the practices of reasoning and inquiry. Many adults, including educators, tend to underestimate children's capacity to learn science core ideas and practices in their early years, and fail to provide the opportunities and experiences for them to foster science skills and build conceptual understanding. Everyday life is rich with science experiences, but these experiences can best contribute to science learning when an adult prepares the environment for science exploration, focuses children's observations, and provides time to talk about what was done and seen. In an early childhood environment, science can play a critical role in exposing children to a variety of experiences. Opportunities for scientific exploration are all around children, especially as it relates to understanding the world around them through arts and music. Review the ERS to read more about art and science integration in high-quality learning environments. We have reviewed some of the items of the activity subscale, including blocks, dramatic play, art, science, and the use of books. When developing a study or thematic unit, you have developed a plan to not only address the curriculum, but also the ERS and decent Common Core early learning standards. This next activity is designed to help with the process of beginning to assist you in developing plans that meet the developmental needs of children, are play-based, and are aligned with ERS and DC Common Core standards. Pulling it all together. Choose one of the following areas to develop a lesson plan within the theme of spring and focus on gardening. The areas include art, sand and water, science and nature, dramatic play, literacy, music, and math. Think about the following when developing the lesson plan. Activities that support guided play, group play, and free play by age groups. Materials and resources needed. Fine motor skill development. Family engagement. Which standards is it aligned with? Which ERS is it aligned with? Is it multicultural? And does it address the needs of special needs children? Did we accomplish everything? Did we provide an overview of the importance of classroom organization and play-based learning? Did we discuss best strategies and practices as it relates to integrating art and science in the classroom. Did we discuss strategies to align the classroom environment to the class, ERS, DC Common Core Early Learning Standards, and the curriculum? My Child Care DC is currently available. Visit today for more information for families and early learning professionals. The new Professional Development Information System, PDIS, was built to replace the Professional Development Registry, PDR. PDIS will allow professionals to register for and track training, upload and store necessary documentation, input work experience, generate a resume, and gain access to valuable resources. Sign up today. DC Childcare Connections publishes current professional development opportunities within the PDIS. Please share upcoming June and October 2018 college fair information with early childhood staff. Early Childhood Share DC is an online sharing platform for providers. Over 1,000 classroom and administrative resources, plus vendor discounts, are currently available on the site. To access the site, visit ecsharedc.org. Establish a profile, and a team member from EC Share DC will contact you to complete registration. You must have your center or home license on hand to register. As you work with your quality facilitator, you will continue to monitor progress and action steps based on the ERS. The next Community of Practice meeting will be held on Friday, May 11th and Saturday, May 12th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and will be focused on lesson planning and curriculum alignment. We are always available. Please follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Visit the OSSI website for up-to-date information. Feel free to contact Dr. Catherine Kagera or Pillow Parker for questions related to capital quality.